Bennett's defeat in the penultimate game of the season. What did you make of that?
Good word, penultimate. It's an underused word, isn't it? Yeah, rubbish. Really, I thought we were. It's difficult. It reflects probably a lot of the season, to be honest with you. I thought we didn't start off great, then got to grips with it better. We just don't make teams pay enough, for the dominance we do have in games. We've got to be better in the final third for the opportunities and the sort of possession we have in and around the box and the opportunities we get to cross the ball and pick people out. Just got to be better at picking people out, better at crossing the ball in terms of quality, and it's just fine detail and fine margins, but it's difficult. It's really difficult. Probably had that same conversation with you pretty much most games this season. So nothing changes. So we've got to change, haven't we?
It was quite a balanced game today, and it was a draw in the reverse fixture on Boxing Day as well. Do you think you were maybe unlucky not to get a result?
Look, if you don't score and you don't take chances, you don't deserve anything out of the game, do you? So they obviously had a game plan to start with, but I felt that certainly the second half, especially, I felt we had a lot of the ball, had some really good chances, and managed to snatch like defeat out the jaws of victory a lot of the time, and that's probably us, to be honest with you. When I say it's probably us, I mean that's how it's been for the season in terms of chances created and chances not scored. It's nowhere near good enough.
Just to talk about one of those chances, Brian Garzon had a big chance, cut back to him. It looked like it came off Ade, which took it wide. Did that kind of sum up the game today?
Yes, simply put, yeah. I thought we did really well to work it to that. Great little cutback, and that's an example of really good quality. Really good detail. Cuts it back to Brian, and it's flying into the top corner, and then we managed to get in the way of it, and we spurn it for a goal kick or whatever it was. So yeah.
And the Enfield winner was quite late on. I have to ask, did it cross your mind at all to take him down and take one for the team?
Uh, it's just poor. It's just poor. I think we can do much better to preempt it in terms of stopping the service from up top. And we're not set up right. Simple as that. And took it well, to be fair. The kid took it well, so fair play to him. But I think we can do so much better.
If we talk about the better part of the game in your free kick, easy as that, wouldn't it? It looked like you've done that 1,000 times before.
No, just presented itself. It's quite difficult in it because it's quite close to the goal. Just about 19 yards out, pretty much, wasn't it? Just on the edge of the box. So difficult, but just felt the goal again a little bit too much, and just used the wind a little bit with my help as well. And yeah, but listen, it's nice when you score, but ultimately I go away unhappy because we've lost. And that's the biggest disappointment. So it's hard to reflect positively about something that you've done well.
And just to touch on the season as a whole, as we get near the end now, since coming here, excluding COVID, you've bettered your points tally every season. Do you expect for more improvement again next year?
It's quite simple. Like every game, every training session, everything I do, probably in my life, I want to be better, and nothing changes. Every single training session I've ever played in or trained, I've always wanted to give 100% and win. And I want a team to reflect that as well. Every time I've put on the shirt here, I wanted to win. I want to win the league every year because my mentality is I want to win every game. If you do that, you win the league. Clearly, we haven't. So we've got to readdress it again and look inwards first and see what we could do better. But look, there's a really good group of players here, genuinely, that's not far away. And at the same time, you could be a million miles away as well. But I don't think in games we're not far away from really dominating teams and converting those really good chances to goals. And if we do that, we're completely in a different sphere in terms of where we are in the league position. You touched upon improvement year on year, which is nice, but it's a low bar when I came in. And in this rate, will take 100 years to get promoted probably. So we need to do better. A lot of draws where we played a lot, from November sort of 23rd, I think it was, in Biggles Way. We went on a 13-game unbeaten run, I think it was, but I think 6 or 7 of them were draws. And a lot of them should have been converted to wins. And it just gives you a different emphasis when you go into the turn of the year, end of January, February time, when you sort of see where everyone's kind of at. I feel as though the league is quite open as well. You've seen that with someone like Leighton putting a run together and almost up until 2 or 3 games ago, coulda, shoulda, woulda got into the playoffs. So look, some teams have done really well as well. Hadley, honourable mentions to them that have done really well. Barton as well have done really well to them. So fair play to them. So I think it's open for a team to come in and do well. it's just having that little bit more. You know, when you look at Real Bedford, they've been consistent and when you've got a goal scorer, I think it's called 35 goals. That also helps as well. And that's what's our top goal scorer is about 11, I think, or something like that. I think so. Therein probably lies that's not enough of a return for the amount of dominance that we have in a game. You know, with the chances we create and the amount of ball that we have, certainly in the final third. So we've got to get better. But look, that's the old age question, isn't it? You know, I think everyone in the world would like another goal scorer scores 30 goals every year, sort of thing. You know, but obviously we're no different. But look, I think that we keep creating chances. We will keep scoring. We're trying to keep scoring goals, and I'm the eternal optimist in that. But we want to make them better. If not, we need to go and find someone who can make us better.
And just the final game of the season, it's one that you might not be involved in, but what do you think? What are your thoughts going into that one?
Well, look, again, previously what I said, I want to win a game. It's another game for us. It's another opportunity to get some points. It takes on to 50 points. It's a different reflection, you know, from what you're 47. So for me, it's can we go and win? Whatever they do, look, they might come here. Chris might change his team, and with one eye on the playoffs, maybe a few days later, with them being at home. I don't know, but ultimately, it's up to them what they do. But I want to concern ourselves and concentrate on what we do. And you know, I put any team I put out there, I want them to give the fans something, because the fans have been brilliant for us again this year. You know, I think we're third in the league again or something like that on average attendance, and you know, we've given them some okay times, I think, but not enough. And but they've stuck with us, and it just shows you with the FA Youth Cup as well this year that the appetite is certainly there locally. I think if we're doing well and we're winning games, and that's the crux of it. When you consistently win games, you're going to get bigger crowds, but just a mention to those because I think they've been really good for us. And you know, we go to a lot of away games and they're nowhere near the same as here. So it's a joy to play here, and certainly when they're in fine fettle and screaming and shouting, it's a good place for players to play.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you very much.